What is Winterguard?
Winterguard is an indoor sport that was created in the 1970s by a dude named Stanley Kanab, who was performing with the marching band. Didn't want to perform with the marching band anymore, said, I want to make my own shows with my own people, do our own tricks, our own concepts, and 50 years later, it has evolved into this indoor sport of sheer creativity, athleticism, beauty, and art. It involves flags, rifles, sabers, dancing, guts, silence, fear, doubt, disbelief, and payoff.
I think it feels very different and very good to start something new, especially when there wasn't really a winter guard at this school before. And just having to debut something and being a part of that debut is really empowering.
Being a part of the first Winterguard season is great. I've already made so many memories, especially since this is my first time ever doing something like this.
Honestly, it feels kind of crazy to say, or to be able to say that I'm gonna be one of the first people to be in the first Winterguard season at San Leandro High. If this keeps going forever, I'll be I'll be one of the people to be like, oh yeah, when I was in high school, I was actually one of the first members to be a part of the Winterguard season, and I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool to be a part of the first Winterguard season because we're the first people in San Leandro High history to be a part of the Winterguard.
Explain your role, who you are.
My job is the color guard instructor. I am the choreographer, the caption head, the designer, the arranger, the composer, the drill writer, and the educator.
I think so far I really like Winterguard. I think it's really fun. And even though it's really, really hard to get through practice and really, really time consuming and it takes up a lot of my energy and my mental health, I think it's really worth it in the end to be able to perform.
I've been enjoying Winterguard. I enjoy doing the tosses and all of the friends I've made, especially since that it's a very social activity.
It's really challenging, but I honestly think a challenge is what I needed. Just in my extracurriculars in high school in general. I'm already doing a bunch of other ones, but I felt like I needed something more for my physical body to get me moving a bit more, and I think this is really good at that. And I feel like my hand-eye coordination has gotten better.
I think Winterguard's really fun. I started this sport with one of my friends. My thoughts are that it's really good. I've had a good time. I've met a lot of people doing Winterguard. It has been kind of difficult sometimes. Some of the tosses are kind of hard, but eventually you get through it.
What is the creative process about?
The creative process is literally writing a Winterguard show. We couldn't come up with an idea for the Winterguard show, so coming up with an idea for the Winterguard show became the idea.
What inspired you to write it?
I wanted our show to be relatable to everybody that watched it. I wanted everyone to be relatable that watched it, not just the judges and the kids in the audience, but creatives like me that have to work round the clock, year round, just to make sure that you guys have a show on the floor.
I think I really have improved since then. I'm a slow learner, but I think compared to sophomore year, I have done a lot more than that.
Since we've been here since the fall, I think we've improved a lot, especially with just making sure we get everything done and just some other choreography. So yes, I think we improved a lot.
I definitely think we have improved since the fall. In fact, I think everyone here is really passionate about spinning, and that's one of my favorite parts about being in the guard. It's not people aren't trying or people are too scared. Everyone who's here is really passionate about this, and they really like what they're doing, and that's that energy always keeps me up. So I would say yeah, we've gotten much better.
Definitely think we've improved since the start of the season, because at the start of the season we didn't really know how to toss. We knew just basics, and now we can do a whole choreography.
What do you think of the members who have been here since fall and the newbies?
Well, I'll talk about the newbies right now. They're really taking a chance with what we're doing here. There's a lot that goes into this. Right up until they performed at evals, they had no idea, what they were doing. They were taking it all on faith. It might have been hearsay coming from, you know, my direction, a dude that they don't know that's telling them how to spin everything and is telling them to just run away from this, and then they finally do it, and it's like, oh, and it just clicks for them. The veterans didn't need that at all. The veterans have been here since the fall season. They've had to endure, you know, rain. They've had to endure, you know, bouncing back and forth from field show and parade shows. And those are the people that had to be the guinea pigs of what it is that we're doing here. They've got my utmost respect, first of all. But those are the ones that we're always looking towards to point to say it can be done. It's been proven. That's why these people are still here, and hopefully they'll keep coming back.
I think Doug has really saved our color guard program. I think he has really helped a lot and is a big part of our program. Well, I mean, he's the coach, but he really is fun. He's not strict at all, and he's like a best friend, you know?
I think Doug is a really great Winterguard coach and color guard coach. He's really nice and accepting, and even if he mess up, he still helps us along the way, and he never gives up on us. And so overall, he's a really good coach.
I think Doug is a really cool guy. He's very funny, pretty charismatic, definitely a character for sure. Kind of like that one teacher that you like think is really cool and you go into like their class after school to talk to just because they're really chill. That's how I view Doug.
Do you like your job?
It's one of the very few areas that I'm comfortable with that I don't have to answer to anybody. If you have a more intimate relationship with your students, anything can happen, you know. The magic of the world, you know, comes from, you know, mentors and mentees, and I get to be a part of that, you know. Plus I get to, you know, teach kids how to, you know, toss guns and catch guns. That is like the coolest job in the world. So I like my job, yeah.